What's up, ANIMEBALL Z fans? Krill here with 2.0, interviewing the great, the one, the only, the voice of more than half of the characters from Dragon Ball Z, Chris Sabat.
Woo!
Woo!
Yay!
Welcome
What's
to
up?
Melbourne. Welcome to Melbourne.
Thank you.
Are you enjoying it so far?
I'm enjoying this glove.
Of course you are.
It's a little cold here. I left Dallas. I'm gonna take this off. You can edit it back on in post though.
Yeah, exactly. Everything can be done.
I left Dallas and it's 106 degrees Fahrenheit,
Ooh.
which is
Really hot.
really hot in Celsius.
I don't know
as
what
well.
the conversion is, but
I don't
it's
either.
hot. It's hot
You
enough.
subtract. You divide it in half and then you subtract 15. That's math. Never mind. It's awesome.
It's like 35.
I just got in like this morning and I feel awesome. It was,
That's good.
it was
Not jet lagged, which is a good thing.
I'm not.
That's
I
very
took enough medication to not be jet lagged at all today.
So have you been to Australia before, or is this
Oddly enough, I used to live in Australia.
Really?
I went to high school in New South Wales, like in a suburb of Sydney called Killarney Heights.
Wow.
And I was there for a couple of years in high school, and so I've taken a couple of trips back here for a few conventions.
Yeah.
But this is a big one. This is a big
It
deal.
is. First year of it as well.
I know,
It's
and
fantastic.
I was just told earlier that it might reach, but they're scared that it might actually reach capacity, and that some people might even not be able to get in.
Which would be a first for an Australian convention.
This would be, yeah.
Yeah, wow. Fantastic. So, having done a role like Dragon Ball Z and then doing smaller roles and all that sort of stuff, which do you prefer doing? Do you prefer these long-running roles like Dragon Ball Z or One Piece, which is 600 plus episodes? Or the shorter
It's funny
roles?
that it's funny that you even compare like shorter ones like Dragon Ball or longer like One Piece because they're so long.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the longer shows, obviously, especially if you have a good role in them,
Yeah.
because it's consistent work.
Mm.
But really, the roles are the roles. I like the small roles I get to play, as well as the large ones too.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, the long running roles that you have, like Zoro or Vegeta, those are really fun because you get to see them really develop over a long period of time, and you also get to really experience the show in a similar way that the audience does. Because with a show like One Piece, I mean, there's no way to watch the whole thing. There's no way to read the whole thing. 'Cause it's not even done yet.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't even know what's going to happen to his
Yeah.
character. So who knows what's going to happen
True.
to Zoro? And when we first were recording Dragon Ball Z, it was back in 1998. We didn't have really good internet access back then. You couldn't download a fan sub or a fan dub or anything like that.
Well, Australia still doesn't have that.
I mean, you guys will get internet eventually, and you'll love it. It's so much fun.
Good. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, it's so much easier than the other type of porn that you used to have to look at. Anyway, but seriously, we didn't have a lot of like easy access to internet, and the Japanese at the time were really busy doing, I don't know, Japanese things, and it was very difficult to get the materials at the start when we were first dubbing it. So we had to use like the Spanish dub of Dragon Ball from the Spanish production. So we couldn't even really watch the original Japanese version. So in my experience recording Dragon Ball Z was like a viewer as well.
Yeah.
I'd only see 20 episodes ahead, and then finally something awesome would happen. Totally unexpected. So whenever Vegeta would go Super Saiyan, I felt really awesome when that would happen. I'm like, yes, okay, sweet. He's gonna blow himself up. No. I remember Sean Schemmel, the voice of Goku, used to joke about how his income was directly proportionate to Goku's health. So if Goku was in like the hyperbolic time chamber, that meant he had no money at that time. Because Goku would only have like 15, 2 or 3 lines per episode, and it was all like, get through it in 15 minutes. But
now you've also done voice directing as well as voice acting. Which do you think was more challenging, the voice acting or the directing of the shows?
Well, I'll be totally honest, I had a pretty unique experience of being a voice director before I was really qualified to be a voice director. I mean, it was oddly enough, it was the first job I'd ever had as a voice director. I'd been a production director and I directed voices before, but nothing like this. And so the directing part, it was challenging, but now I actually find that acting in these shows can sometimes be more difficult than directing, because when you're directing, you have an idea of what you want to do and you just get to do it, and I get to cast myself as a voice if I want to and just do it the way I want to. But having to rely on other directors and what their vision is, sometimes it can be very challenging, because you have an idea of what you want to do, but the director may have a different idea, and in that case, the director wins every time. But the beautiful thing about being a voice director is that you get to work with all the actors,
Yeah.
all of them. I am in a very lucky position to have been able to work with all the other actors, and I've learned so much by just watching people like Colleen Clinkenbeard and Lucy Christian and Todd Habercorn and there's so many, Laura Bailey, and there's so many great actors out there that I've learned so much from. And
Yeah.
so I was pretty lucky to have directed first before doing as much voice work. You know.